Hi, I'm Joe Theismann, world champion quarterback and entrepreneur, and I have the opportunity to sit and visit one of the great tennis pros of all time, Mike Jizmejian. Mike, you have decided that you really wanted to have this video put together so that you could help kids and juniors be able to have great training in the world of tennis. But before we get everybody a chance to be able to find out how they can locate you, how did you get involved in tennis? How did it all start for you?
Well, I just started. I looked at the tennis team on the high school course, and I knew it was co-ed, and there was girls out there. And I thought, man, this might be okay. And I couldn't get my varsity letter. I didn't think in baseball, because we had a lot of great baseball players. So right. I saw
football.
Wow, no football. I didn't like getting hit.
I didn't either. I don't know why I wound up in it myself, to be honest with you. But yeah, go ahead.
And I just saw it was a lot of fun, and I said, I think I can hit the ball like those people. And I just started at 16. Started late in life, and I made the team, and off we go.
Is that late in life, 16? It was late in life for you in the tennis world. How about today? Is 16 like ancient? Almost.
It's perceived to be ancient, but it's not.
Really? Is that one of the things that you try and share with parents and with juniors, that there are different ages of which you can start, and the perception is if you're 16, 17 years old, you're moving towards almost the middle part of your career, when you're really not, right?
Correct.
What do you tell parents about getting their kids involved in tennis programs?
It's an extension of life, like most sports, and it teaches them about life experiences. Someone cheats you, if something happens on the court, you're struggling, and in tennis, you have no coaching, there's no substitution, so you have to
nobody to blame.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I know. That's what I find it interesting because my son caddies for me in golf, similar type of situation, and I like to blame him for hitting bad shots. And he says, "Dad, look, I didn't swing the club." I said, "I understand that, Pat, but you have to share in this responsibility because now we're a team." Okay, it's like being a coach. It's got to be like a coach. How hard is it to coach young people today?
It's very simple.
Is it?
It's very simple if they follow a simple process.
If they follow the process.
Correct, and that's the most difficult part, is getting them to buy into the process, because they'll have a lot more fun. They'll see the improvement quicker. But they think they know, or sometimes the parents think they know. Do
parents become a bit of an issue at times? Especially, again, the perception is these young people playing 13, 14, 15-year-olds, still haven't really found themselves in high school yet. And then the parents are driving them in this direction because they have this talent. And putting a lot of pressure on them. Yes. Is that one of the toughest things to deal with?
Yeah, as the child or the student, junior, gets better and better, the parents tend to get more involved. And as they get more involved, they start slipping into coaching them and being part of their coach. And what the hardest part for them is realizing the role. They're a life coach and not the sport coach.
Let you do your job?
Let the coach do their job, and if there's an issue, that they need to talk to the coach directly and in private rather than in front of the child.
Okay, percentage-wise, how often does that happen as opposed to the zealous nature of a parent to try and think that they know their child, even though you're the coach? Now, I know my child, and I can communicate with them in a different way. You have to be a little bit of a politician, don't you, as well?
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
It's not as easy.
No.
What are some of the tricks that you use to get parents to sort of step back a little bit and let you do your job?
Being a parent of 4 kids that all played competitive tennis all through high school, had 16 seasons of my kids playing high school tennis. So I was their dad and not their coach at that point. Go to the matches, and my kids would always come up to me and talk to me after the match. And the parents were baffled that my kids would come up and actually wanted to talk to me. Most of their kids would go someplace else. And I said, I have 2 questions that I ask them. And these are the only 2 questions. And they were all intrigued what those 2 questions were. And I said, do you want something to eat or do you want something to drink? And that's it.
Those were the 2 questions you asked them. So you really stepped away and you separated yourself from the coach and the parent. And you just, like you say, you're the life coach. Let them teach them the tennis fundamentals. What are some, when you start teaching juniors, young people, how to play tennis, Because I never had a foundation of it. I just picked up a racket and took, I figured, okay, I'm a pretty athletic kind of guy. I can hit this ball from point A to point B. I was a baseball player, so I had pretty good, eye-hand coordination. And I started hitting. I figured I got to hit it in this little square. I can do that. I can chase and run around pretty good. Where do you start with kids when you teach them the fundamentals of tennis?
Well, we teach them how to actually hit the ball where they can get the ball over the net a couple times in a row.
Okay, I'm
very simple. So they have some quick success, and then their enthusiasm to play becomes a lot more focused. They become more excited about coming to play tennis, and then we start working them how to play the actual game, how to serve, how the rules are played. So the more they understand of how to play tennis, the more they're apt to probably play a little competition.
Is it frustrating, I think, from my standpoint? I know when you're young, you just want to hit the ball. The rules are, okay, I'll let somebody else sort of worry about the rules. I'll worry about the rules when I'm a little older. But I just want to be able to hit the ball now.
Right.
And so you try and get them encouraged, get them excited so that they can find some success and then sort of build the pyramid from there.
Correct. And most of the time when they start playing the tournament, there's a lot of fulfillment when they win. The association that we've put together has helped them with a round robin format, so it helps them continue to play with a little bit of pressure, because that's where you really start learning your skills, is that whether they win or lose, they'll continue to play. And the parents have a fulfilled experience playing, rather than if you lose, you're gone. So there's a 3-hour period of time instead of a whole weekend. The parents, especially new parents, have a better experience. The kids have a better experience. Whether they win or lose, they get something. They get a T-shirt. Half the draw gets trophies. So it really creates that enthusiasm for them to want to come back and play more.
When did you start creating tournaments?
Well, I've been at it for 45 years. This association's 6 years old.
And the success rate?
The success rate is that we keep growing. We have more and more kids participate, and we have a lot more repeat business than we had in the first couple of years. So as we grow, parents are excited about bringing their kids back and excited about how they're developing and their enthusiasm to play.
I'm curious, sibling rivalries. Are they sometimes the most difficult to deal with from a teaching standpoint? If my sister plays or my brother plays, or there's two boys play or two girls play, however it works, do you find you got to balance it? You have to be a little bit more of a politician with the kids if they compete that way, or is it good? Do you find that it drives them even more?
It depends on the person. If it drives them more, I leave it alone. But if it starts fracturing the relationship at home and with themselves, then we got to step in and kind of figure out a different way to go. Each kid is different, and each parent is different.
And each way to teach, I'm assuming, is different.
Correct.
Are there general rules across the board that you say, okay, this is the way we want to, these are the things we want to do? I know we want to start with the fundamentals, but as you teach them the game of tennis, isn't etiquette and honesty a high priority in that game? If you're playing, if it's in or it's out, I want to win. So I hit a ball and it's close, and you say it's out. I say it's in. No, you say it's out. Now all of a sudden I've created this hostile environment. You really try and drive the point home is, hey, look, okay, be honest about it. If you go win the next point if you can't win this one. Is that a way you approach it?
I actually do, and I carry it one step further, is I let them solve it with the parent and the opponent. In tennis, you don't have a referee when you first start out to call the matches, so you have to call your own lines. And so what happens is the kid will make a wrong call, and not usually maliciously, it just happens so they want to win. And we teach them how to, if you got cheated, like life, what are your appropriate steps? And each person's a little bit different. The child is a little different how they handle it, and trying to keep the parent out of the way.
People wanted to get a hold of you, get in touch with you through the association to set up a tournament or just really teach their kids how to play tennis. Tell everybody how they can find you.
Mike Jizmejian at yahoo.com. Mike, MikeJizmejian at yahoo.com.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Terrific. Thank you.